Today we are tackling a new challenge, creating a result table that shows which answers students got correct, marked as Y for yes and N for no, and calculating their final scores. We begin by loading the first table into Power Query. Notice the formula bar at the top. Here is the question: what's the fastest way to include data from another table, like table 2? Instead of starting a new query, try this. Create a new step, copy the path from table 1 and replace table 1 with table 2. This approach reduces clutter and keeps your queries organized. Think of it as reusing a recipe for a different dish. Same method, different ingredient. By the way, did you know that you can merge steps in a single query, instead of always merging separate queries? Here's how. Merge the query with itself. Then change the table name in the formula bar. This can simplify your workflow when dealing with interconnected data. By using this method, you avoid duplicating effort and keep related data together. Now just expand the relevant columns to bring in the data you need. Let's evaluate the answers. Imagine grading a test. If a student's chosen option matches the correct answer, they get a Y mark. Otherwise, they get an N. We'll replicate this logic with a custom column in Power Query. This step is fundamental because it gives us a clear visual indicator of correctness. Once we have the marks, let's tidy up by removing unnecessary columns. Clean tables are easier to read and maintain. Identify any columns that no longer contribute to the analysis and remove them. To make the data more readable, prefix each question number with Q letter. For example, 1 becomes Q1. Here we'll pivot the question column to display each question as a separate column. Pivoting transforms long rows of data into compact structured columns. Select Don't Aggregate to keep all values intact. Why is the pivoting helpful in this scenario? It creates a concise summary of each student's answers, making it easier to review at a glance. Finally, let's calculate the score. To achieve this, we'll use either record field values or record to list to convert the row into a list. Here is the process. Use the function to create a list from the row. Then filter the list to include only Y values. Count the filtered list to determine the score. And that's it. What was the most useful step for you? Let me know in the comments. See ya!